Hey guys, how you guys doing? So join me as I prepare one of my husband's favorite food. You know as they say it now, the food is sweet, but the story is sweeter. Hmm. As funny as this life is, I never believed that hey, I could just calm down the man house for years. Even calm down to learn some things, some foods. See, I've always been that child who never grew up in my mom's house. I didn't know how to do any house chores. I didn't know how to do anything in the kitchen because I was barely around. I went to boarding school from my JS1 to my SS3, and then I still went far away from home. So I didn't even have the time or the chance to enter the kitchen with my mom to learn how to cook. But as funny as these things are, na stubbornness and then open eye I use learn how to cook. And as funny as life is, I love food, but I hate cooking. But then it's not as if I can make food that an adult will eat and compliment. So this is why I learned how to cook. Aside going to friends' house and see them cooking and concentrating on what they're doing, I also go online on YouTube and I learn how to do some things there, and then I practicalize. Do you understand? Now, what I mean is this: I get to the market, buy some things, and then try to cook those foods. If it turns out well, that's okay. If it doesn't turn out well, ooh, into the dustbin. But then I learned. Why? Because I practiced, and practice makes what? Perfect. So now, after my school, I didn't even waste time. I found my man, and then we got married, and then the real thing started. You know, all those things that you don't know how to do, you don't know how to do. You can't tell a man that you don't know how to cook. You can't tell a man you don't know how to arrange the house. Or more, you're on your own. You understand? So now I know that I needed a lot of work to do. So when I got married, it was not easy for me. I had to start adjusting to a lot of things. I had to start learning a lot of things that I did not know. I had to start learning how to be domesticated, how to do things. I know some people will ask, I thought you lived alone in school. Then how were you coping in school? My sisters and brothers in the Lord, I was coping well. That is why I'm a woman. Yes, I'm a lady, I'm a woman, all of them join together. I cannot keep my house untidy. If you come to my house and see my house untidy, you think I'm a mad woman, right? Now it's just that instinct. You need to keep your house clean. When I talk about being domesticated, it's not about sweeping and mopping the house. There are a lot of things that entails in that word domesticated. So but then I could do some things and I could not do some things. And then there's one crazy thing about all these things. Before I got married, I'm that kind of person that I don't repeat soup. I don't repeat food. I hate cooking. So imagine that kind of combination. You hate cooking. I don't know how to repeat soups and foods, but soups especially. So when I got married newly, what happened? Once I cook in the house and then we finish eating that day, and that food eventually enters the freezer, it cannot enter my mouth again. But then who are you? Are you Dangote? How much are you contributing? I had to start adjusting to a lot of things. It's not as if it's bad or it's a sin. It's just something that you need to adjust to. It's normal. So I adjusted to a lot of things, and this is how I made it easy for myself. I made sure that every time that we need to eat swallow, and I have to make it compulsory that I must eat swallow. So I beg my sister-in-law to allow me eat in the same plate with her, so to motivate me to eat. So even if we not put the soups inside the same plate, we'll try to put the gari, the swallow gari, fufu or pounded yam in the same plate. So I'll be able to look at her when she's eating and she'll motivate me. Before I got married, I don't eat obono. I don't like draw anything obono, anything. I can manage okra, but I rarely even eat okra. Yes, I don't eat obono at all. But when I got married, my family liked obono, so I had to start cooking obono, and I had to start eating obono. Now, I adjusted to a lot of things about the domesticated part of the marriage thing. I remember my husband complained to my mom one time that damn, I don't know how to do any house chores, kenny. So my mom had to explain to him that this girl never lived with me, so there's no way that I could even teach her how to do some things in the house. Do you understand? So my mom now asked him to help me and teach me when it comes to doing things in the house. And then after that day that he met my mom, a lot of things changed. When he always complain when things are not done, or he tried to stress about things that I didn't do right, he stopped doing that. He became more lenient, and then he taught me, and then I learned. So most of the things I know in marriage now, I learned in the process. I grew in the process. That is it. See, I was never perfect in marriage. I am even still not perfect in marriage. And am I domesticated 100%? No. Am I domesticated 50%? No. But now life continues. Although there are now a lot of adjustments, and then I have to learn how to keep my house clean. I have to learn how to keep things tidy. That is it. But then it's so loving now, because instead of complaining, you teach. Instead of being hot all the time, you calm down and point out to things that I'm supposed to do right that I didn't do right, or things that are supposed to go this way that did not go that way. And that is how it's supposed to be. Because once you start stressing a lot of things in marriage, that is where problem comes. Because nobody wants any partner who nags. Nobody wants partner who complains all the time. So now I will tell my men, and I will tell my women too, if there's anything your partner is not doing right, and you think that you know how to, or you feel that you know how to do that perfectly, the best thing you do is to teach them. Maybe when you point out that particular thing once or twice, and you feel that there's nothing new or there's no adjustment toward that, maybe try teaching them than complaining. I know what I'm saying. Most times it will take you less time teaching than when you complain. Complaining may even get things complicated more, because why will you complain when you can easily teach someone something and then we learn it? Most times we think that what we know, our partner also know them. It doesn't work like that all the time. There are a lot of things that I know that my partner do not know. There are a lot of things my partner know that half of it I don't even know. So the best thing you do is, if you know those things you think you know, and you feel your partner don't know them, you teach them. Me, I prefer to teach than to complain. The only time you can complain is when you have said something over and over and over again. But then, that is why we are humans. You will keep repeating the stuff. Now, that is how life is. I'm late. I'm in marriage. I have a daughter. I'm still in the process of getting domesticated. But then I'm going to keep laughing at myself, because I know my partner is tired of pointing out those things. So what he does most times is, instead I'll call this woman now and provoke myself, let me just go and do that by myself. Yes, I know. We are learning. But then life is not as hard as we make it look. Life is very easy when you decide that you want to live an easy life. But if you think that you prefer your life and your marriage and your relationship being complicated, that's fine by me. You can go on. Someone like me that likes soft life, I love soft life. I will not lie. I love soft life. So now, if you know that you want to have peace, better sit me down and tell me, madam, you see that thing? this is not how to do it. This is how you would do it. This is how you're going to do it. And I was late. See you guys next time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Mwah.